As far as nutrition and supplementation approach for specific psychological health problems, like let's say a distinction between ADHD versus anxiety versus depression versus autism, do you have big differences in how you would approach those things nutritionally or in terms of supplementation?
Keeping in mind that I am not a clinician and never was, I'll answer your question in terms of the research. Remember early on, I said that there's a theme, and it doesn't matter. I always say that God didn't create our brains with a DSM hand, if God has a hand, okay? And so we don't have a little box for depression and a little box somewhere else for anxiety, etc. And so we notice in our studies, if we recruit people with, say, ADHD, parents come back and report improvements in all kinds of other things. The child is sleeping better, the child is feeling better, there's more energy, they're less constipated, any number of different things. And that's what you would expect with nutrition, is that you get across the board healthy brain. So what have the studies shown? Our book came out before the latest ADHD clinical trial, which is a really important one, the MADI trial, micronutrients in ADD youth. So I'm including that in my answer, even though it's not in our book. Excuse me. In all of those studies, it is mood regulation that is the most amenable to treatment and the easiest to treat, broad spectrum micronutrient formula. Where do you get irritability? Well, you get irritability with ADHD, you get it with depression, you get it with anxiety, you get it with, what have I left out? Spectrum disorder, I mean, it's a transdiagnostic. Many of these symptoms are transdiagnostic. That's why people end up with some of their diagnoses in their lifetimes. They don't fit into a neat little box. So it's basically, if you have concerns about your brain health in general, it just makes sense to feed your brain an array of micronutrients and omega-3 fatty acids.